Hi, I'm Roman Lily, and I'm currently traveling around Bangalore, India, and I'm going to share with you what I spend in a typical day. So, I'm just starting out my day, haven't spent any money yet. Let's go along on this journey together. Also, so you know, I did a video like this of what I spend in a day for when I was in Chiang, Thailand. So I'm going to put a link to that video at the bottom of this in case you want to check that out and see what that region is like as well. So let's get started. Right now I have my eye out actually for a coconut. So being here in Bangalore, I love how there are coconuts just sold everywhere on the street. It's usually really affordable, and I'm going to see if I can find one right now. As I track my expenses here in India, it's important to know the conversion rate. So right now for rupees, it's about 65 rupees for $1. Kind of a complex exchange rate to think of, so I just think of it as 60 to sort of simplify. So it's 60 rupees to $1, 30 rupees, obviously then will be about 50 cents. So kind of keep that in mind as we go along and look at the prices of things. Alright, I'm actually kind of disappointed. Sometimes this corner, there's a guy here who sells coconuts. Not seeing it right now, so I'll have to maybe try and get one later. They range in price. Sometimes they're 20 rupees, sometimes they're 30 rupees, so anywhere from 40 to 50 cents almost. So my guy that I wanted to find isn't here. It's also possible that I'm confusing streets. I've been in Bangalore for a few days. I don't know it so super well, but it's just so common to find coconuts on the street, but of course not when you're really looking for one. So I'm gonna keep looking, but I'm also really hungry. So I'm gonna get some food. I found a place that I really like, has really delicious food, and it's super affordable. So I'm gonna go there right now. How much is the watermelon? 10 rupees. 10 rupees. Okay, so that's really good. Can I have one? 10 rupees. I don't remember the conversion on that. It's not much dough. I couldn't get I didn't find anyone with the coconuts. So I love fresh fruit. So I'm going to buy some of this watermelon instead. It's only 10 rupees, super affordable. And you know, some people worry about buying fruit on the street. And listen, everyone has to do. Hi. Yeah, I'm going to have some. Yeah, it's good for it. This is for my YouTube channel.
Oh, yes, yes. Hi.
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 Thank you so much. Look at how gorgeous this is. Nice and fresh. And yeah, I love eating fresh fruit on the street. It doesn't bother me. I've never had an issue. I mean, I look to see if a person in a stand looks clean, and to be honest, 90% of them usually look clean to me. So maybe, I don't know. But everyone has to use their own judgment. I've heard about people getting sick, but it's not really something that I really had to deal with. Okay, so this is really fascinating. So, eating here, I met this man, super nice. He said that they eat theirs with pepper and salt on top. So he gave me some to try. It tastes good. I still have mine plain, but you know what? It's a good taste.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you ever eat it plain?
Plain, yeah. Plain. Without salt and pepper, it's more tastier.
More tastier.
More tastier.
Okay, so that was so delicious. And by the way, that man was so nice. The one who offered me a taste of his watermelon, he actually paid for mine, which was so sweet and surprising. And by the way, he paid for it with no strings attached. It wasn't like, oh, I'll pay for your watermelon and then let's be Facebook friends and what are you doing later? Let's meet up. None of that. Just like nice generosity from people. So, super sweet. And I'm still at 0 rupees spent for the day. So, I'm gonna keep going and see about buying some food. What I love about this place, once I found it, is that they have all of these different sabjis, which are like the curries here. It's all vegetarian, and I can just get what I want, which seems simple enough, but I just love it, and it's affordable. So some places it's like they give me a hard time about not wanting rice or not wanting roti and all this stuff. But here I can just pick out the vegetables I want, they'll give them to me, and we call it a day. Literally, I've been at restaurants where I'm telling them I just want the the vegetable curries, and they're like, no. And I'm like, but I just want, and they're, so it's kind of funny, and I don't like to waste food. So I just love coming here where it's super simple, they give me what I want, and it's affordable, so I'm happy. And then, what is the cost? Like, how much?
Only veg, no
Yeah.
rice, no roti.
Yeah,
Roti you have
no roti, just the veg.
60 rupees.
Alright, so the food here right now is 60 rupees for the 3 items. Gobi, rajma, which is like kidney beans, and then this is like dal, which is like the lentils mixed with like a gourd squash type vegetable. So I'm excited. These portions are small, by the way. I got takeaway here once before, and the portions were a bit better. But I don't care. I'm excited. Let me try the kidney beans first. It's really good. A little spicy. It's good. The gourd with dal. I really like that. Ooh, and that one's hotter. Quite hot. The cauliflower. So good. So good. Such a good choice. So it's 60 rupees for this meal. $1. Can't beat that. Okay, so that food was delicious, and I'm kind of full, but I'm also kind of in the mood for like a little sweet dessert or extra little snack. So this place has little desserts that are like made from cashews and sugar. So I'm gonna try and get some of these. Hi. So the dessert that I want, it's based on the weight. It's like 1,000 rupees per kg. And other places are per piece. So there's some snacks that I see are like 30 rupees, 50 cents. As is often the case, luxury items cost a bit more than like staples like basic food. So my 3 little candies right here actually cost me 70 rupees. Almost fell. 70 rupees. So more than my lunch actually by 10 rupees. So just over $1 and change. By the way, when walking around India, if you ever come to visit and you're a foreigner, it's good to remember to look down and to keep your eyes open. A lot of sidewalks here aren't level. So if you don't want to fall and trip like I sometimes do, clearly, keep your eyes open, look down, pay attention. Definitely don't text while you're walking. Vlog carefully. So of course, while traveling here in India, it's not really a good idea to drink the tap water. But one thing you will not see me paying for is water. And that's because, luckily, the hostel where I'm staying does offer free filtered water, and it's unlimited. So that's a really nice thing. It's also very common for many trying to cross this street. This car like sped up as I was coming. Okay, I made it. But so it's very common for places. Thank you. All right, someone actually let me go. My goodness, that was a mini adventure. But so it is common for hostels and guest houses to offer water. A lot of hotels actually don't, which I think is kind of interesting how like the more you pay, sometimes you get a lot of one type of amenities, but you don't get other kinds of amenities. So a lot of hotels, you'll be on your own with water. Hostels, it's included. So So that's not something that I pay for. And I'm also not a big drinker of random drinks, so I don't drink alcoholic beverages, so that's not something that makes it into my daily budget. I also I don't really drink fruit drinks and things like that too often, unless it's real fruit juice that I'm getting just like from the street, and that's usually like 50-60 rupees depending upon the kind of juice. So it's usually like about $1 for a fresh juice, something like that, depending. Alright, so I'm gonna try one of these little dessert candy treats that I just bought. So the ingredients are just cashews and sugar. So they're vegan, they're gluten-free, and they're usually really good. This is a common sweet that you can find around India, and I really like it. It's simple. It's really good. I never knew cashews with sugar would just be so tasty, but it is. I'm happy. So of course I'm here in Bangalore right now, but I also need to plan my next city. That means booking a bus or a train or something. So right now I'm looking for a travel agent. I found one online. I'm walking to the office now. Just want to see if I can book a train, how much that will cost. So I just went to this travel agent that I found online, but it turns out they only book flights. They don't book trains. So not so much info. Oh well. But the thing is, it's like, I feel like in this situation I could get frustrated that I'm having trouble booking this ticket, or I don't know, I could just be okay with it. So I love it when I'm talking and walking down the street and the looks that people give me sometimes. It just makes me laugh out loud. But anyway, so I don't know what city I'm going to next. I don't really mind that fact, but you know, that's like a mindset thing. I think a lot of people get stressed because when they travel to India, because some things that might be really simple in another country are just not so simple here. Hello. I might buy some fruit. Whenever I see fruit, I'm always tempted. Is this chiku? These are chikus. How much?
60 rupees.
60 rupees for 1 kg.
Yeah.
I like these. I had these for the first time in Rishikesh, and they taste kind of like pears mixed with brown sugar, which is phenomenal. Can I have a half a kg? Half kg? Okay, so I'm gonna get some chiku, some fruit. This will be 30 rupees because it's 60 rupees for 1 kg. I'm just gonna get a half. Check it out.
1 kg.
A half kg maybe.
23, madam. 23.
23. All right, perfect. Unexpected detour. Got this little bag of fruit for 23 rupees. Okay, full disclosure, I really only stopped and bought that fruit because the woman at the stand was like, she looks so nice, and I don't know, I just wanted to kind of buy something from her. I do like this fruit though. All right, so I'm currently on my way out going to get some dinner. I actually have a lot of work to do tonight, so I'm actually just planning to get some takeaway, and here they call it parcel. So get some takeaway, eat it in my hostel, and just call it a day. So something to note about food here, and lots of different prices. You know, dosas are super cheap. Crossing the street. Dosas are super cheap, and by super cheap, you can get something, a dosa for like 40-50 rupees. Almost got hit, but I made it. 40-50 rupees depending upon where you go, so under $1. As far as Western food, it can get pricey, so I splurged one day and got like some hummus and some vegetables on the side. That was like 250 rupees, so that was like over $4, something like around that. So a big difference than the price of a lot of the local foods. Other cities, I mean, whenever you're getting something specialty, of course it's going to cost more. So Western food is always just going to be more than the Indian food. Because I have so much work to do tonight, And by the way, this is like the not so glamorous side of kind of working online, being sort of a digital nomad, which is that sometimes I don't really have the luxury of always going out and exploring and finding new things. Sometimes I just want what I want. What?
Photo.
The photo?
Wife.
Oh, it's your wife?
This. Okay, madam. Two.
How are you?
Okay.
Your wife. Thank
Wife.
you. Nice to meet you.
Open. Okay.
They saw me making the video and stopped to have a chat, which is nice. I wasn't sure what they wanted. So anyway, the reality of being a digital nomad is that it's not always just exploration and fun times. Sometimes it's like just putting my head down and working. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. So it's just going to be a quick stop, pick up some food, and then go about my business. So because of that, I'm going back to the same place I went for lunch. I love it there. It's cheap, it's easy, and it's delicious. So here we go. All right, I've got my dinner, got my takeaway, my parcel, ready to go back and eat and relax a bit. So I'll have to go back to my hostel and tally this up and let you know the total. So my hostel, the price ranges around here are pretty much the same. They range between like $8 to $10. Mine is like a little more than 8, let's call it 9. I'm planning a video where I show you the different hostel options here in Bangalore, showing 3 different ones. So that's coming up, which will give you a look inside the hostel, but it's pretty basic. Major, nothing major, fairly clean, typical hostel, fairly clean, pretty nice, $9. So we'll add that to our tally for the day. Okay, so I want to give you the tally for the day. So here is the total. I spent $9 on my hostel, $1 on lunch, $1 on dinner, and I also spent a little over $1 on my little dessert snack, and also under 50 cents for my fruit. So it's about $12.50 for the entire day is what I spent. Now, I know that sounds pretty amazing, but I'm gonna add in, I had a phase where I was eating a lot of Western food, and it added probably at least $5 to my daily total. I was spending almost $20 a day at one point. That's staying, actually that was in a guest house too. So I usually spend between $12 to $20 a day. I try to keep it around 15. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this look. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already.